Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. An argument over a text message, a cut over. Okay? Let me take that again. An argument over a text message. A cut over an eye that needed stitches. A missing child's case from 2019 that just resurfaced. With that, we also have a federal lawsuit and a radio host who had to walk away from the mic he's held for over 20 years. Now, this is what happens when private pain doesn't just stay private. This is what happens when it spills into your phone, into your job, courtroom, and your children's life, all at the same time. Today, we are going to be decoding the Big Tigger, Alicia Brown, and Francesca Amiker situation. Now, on this live, we are not picking sides, but I just want to show you exactly how a relationship crisis can become or becomes public chaos, and what you can do so that yours never has to become that way. Okay, my name is Femi, and this is YESS Life Coaching Women Stand in Your Power. This is where we help women stand in their power. So stay with me. I will be right back.
Stand in your power. Own every minute, every hour. This is your story. Starting now. Stand in your power. Let the world see how. Stand in your power. Stand in your power now. Turn up your voice, your truth, your wow. Stand in your power. This is your channel.
So if you are just joining us, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to you. Welcome to the channel. Before we go further, let me tell you why this story matters to you, even if you've never heard of the name Big Tigger. This story matters because inside this story is a pattern that almost every woman watching has lived. Every woman watching this has lived some version of this. That pain that made you post on social media. That anger that made you want to prove something online. Every woman has been through that. That crisis that started at home but did not stay in the house. So by the end of this life, you're going to walk away with language for your own life. Not just commentary on Big Tigger and his wife. It is for you. So let's get into it. I want to give us a quick ground rules for tonight because this story is heavy. Wherever you're watching me from, let me know where you are watching from. This story is heavy and it involves real people. It involves real children. And it involves legal cases. Okay, number one. Everything I'm going to be sharing here is what has been reported by outlets like AJC, CBS News, and TMZ. And all other things that are stated in court filings, okay? Now, the next thing I want to tell us here is that charges are not convictions. Warrants, if there's a warrant on someone's arrest, they are not proof of guilt. Now, everyone in this story has denied wrongdoing, and everyone deserves due process, including people who may feel strongly about whatever they are watching or about whatever. Okay? The third thing I want to say before I really go in deep is that we are not here tonight to decide who is lying. We are here to decode patterns, pain becoming public. So you that is watching, you can protect yourself if you ever feel like your own life is sliding towards the same cliff. Now let me have you drop a yes in the comment if you're ready. Let me know where you're watching from as we walk through what actually happened. Okay? I want to know where you are watching from. Let me know where you are watching from. I'm going to pause this live a little bit. Go ahead and like the live stream. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time here, my name is Femi and you are on to YESS Life Coaching Woman Stand in Your Power, where we talk to women and help them stand in their power ultimately. All right. So go ahead. I want to know where you are watching me from. I didn't even edit this thing before I went live. God have mercy. Ooh. Okay. Let me know where you're watching me from in the comments section. Let me know where you are watching me from. All right, let's go ahead. So, what was I saying? So let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning because this story has 3 separate legal tracts and all of them are running at the same time. And if you don't separate them, they blot together in a way that is not fair to anyone involved. First off, let's look at Big Tigger, whose legal name is Darian Morgan. Okay? He's a longtime host of V103 morning show in Atlanta. I know I'm late on this case, so I want to just do a small recap on the story for those people who don't know what the story is about. All right. So he does this morning show in Atlanta. He was arrested on June 20, 2026, and was booked into the Fulton County Jail on felony aggravated battery and misdemeanor third-degree cruelty to children's charges. All right. And all that is in CBS News. I'm going to look at that later. But according to the arrest warrant obtained by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, this stems from an alleged incident on May 9th, 2026 at Morgan's home in Sandy Spring. Now, the warrant says that Morgan and his estranged wife, Alicia Dennis, argued after she found text messages from a co-worker on his phone. Then she allegedly tried to grab his phone during the argument and he allegedly tackled her to keep it. And that caused some bruises. Okay. I think I have a video of that. Let me see if I can share a video of that here. I think I have a video of that where he was tackling her. Let me see if I can share that. I think it's this one. Okay, let me go ahead and share. I'll go ahead and share the screen so we can see. Let's see if this is the first one.
Of $148. Plus, skip a payment or two. So why not refi now? See how much you could save with iLending.
Oh, this ad go away. Nope. Let me try and get the... Okay, so I got the video. I'm gonna play the video now and make
Thought
it
I
bigger.
was through, thought I was done, thought I would never, ever find.
This is from TMZ, so let's watch that.
Give me back my phone.
Do not touch me.
Give me back my phone.
Please do not
You
touch
just said
me.
if I get off you, give me back my
Don't-
phone.
don't
You
touch
just
me.
said if give me back my phone.
Get off of
Give
me!
me back my phone.
Get off of
Give
me!
me back my phone. You don't need it. What do you need it for?
Get off of
What
me!
do you need it for?
Get off of me! Please get off.
So I think that's when she took his phone and he tackled her
Give me my
down.
phone.
Please get off
It's
of me.
my phone.
Please get off of me.
Registered in my name.
Please get off of me.
Give me my phone.
You're sticking my earring in my ear.
Oh, sorry.
Get off of me.
Give me my phone.
Please get off of
You
me.
can stay right on the floor.
You're a man
I'm not manhandling.
Right there. Stop. Both of you.
She doesn't care. I don't care. She could just give me my phone. She could just.
She's literally I don't want to here.
She could just.
So that's the son recording and saying, "Hey, stop manhandling my mother."
Give me my phone.
Okay, let's stop right now.
Phone.
Tigger,
Give
get
me
off.
my phone.
Do you not see all them crop?
Give me
Bro,
my phone.
why did you
Stop.
do
I'm
that?
not doing that.
Yes,
She
you did. You
dropped.
did.
She dropped. She dropped.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give
You can imagine that trauma. The child is telling the father, "You are literally stepping on her." Like,
me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my
Tigger.
phone.
Gee, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone. Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger, get off of her now!
okay, Mr. Tigger, get off of her now.
Rev up
There's
your
another
excitement at
one.
K1 Speed.
Another
Race
video
our
I wanna
all-electric
show you.
indoor
Get off
go-karts.
the time.
Play our
Forward. Let's watch this one.
There you go. Now we'll plug it back up. This is yours.
I am bleeding.
This is yours.
I'm bleeding, so take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
There you go. Now we'll plug it back up. This is yours.
I am bleeding.
This is yours.
I'm bleeding, so take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Get off of me.
This is
Get
another
off of
one.
me.
Another altercation.
Get off of me.
Get off of me. You see that? Okay. I am just showing this.
Rev up your
Like,
excitement
a lot
at
of people
K1 Speed.
have
Race
a
our
lot of
all-electric
things
indoor.
to say. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say. Okay, let's listen to this. Oh, I think I stopped sharing. Let me go ahead and share again. There's another one I wanted to share with us before I go ahead with the story, okay? Give me 1 second. All right, all these are from TMZ. Okay, let's watch this.
TMZ has learned Big Tigger was arrested for battery and third-degree cruelty to children on Saturday. According to police reports, the longtime radio personality was booked into Fulton County Jail Saturday morning but bonded out later in the day. Officials with the jail tell us Big Tigger, whose legal name is Darian Morgan, was released after posting surety bonds totaling $10,000, including a $9,000 bond tied to the aggravated battery charge and a $1,000 bond related to the cruelty to children charge. Tigger's arrest comes after we reported his wife, Alicia Brown, was involved in an alleged incident in May that prompted authorities to open a domestic dispute investigation. He was identified as the suspect, although it's unclear if the incidents are connected. Dispatch records show Brown sought medical treatment for her injuries before police were contacted and an investigation was launched. She was later transported to a hospital, though authorities noted her injuries were not considered life-threatening. Recent documents didn't reveal further details, and it's unclear whether any arrest was made or charges were filed at the time. Although Tigger's recent arrest doesn't state whether or not it is connected to the alleged incident involving his wife. It's also unclear what prompted the cruelty to children charge, but it is worth noting that the media personality welcomed a son with Alicia in 2025 at age 51. We've reached out to Tigger. So far, no word back.
Okay.
Rev up your excitement at K1 speed.
We had that. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay. So the warrant goes to say that Brown then went to a basement office to unplug a computer, and that Morgan pushed her, causing her to stumble and hit her head on a door, which we saw in that video that I just shared. And it left a deep laceration above her left eye that required stitching. Again, their 13-year-old son was reportedly in the home and could hear the altercation from upstairs, which is part of why they included the cruelty to children's charge. That was why it was added. And what else? Then he posted Morgan posted a $10,000 bond for the aggravated charges. So it was $9,000 for the aggravated battery and $1,000 for cruelty charge. And then, according to the report, he was released the same day. But then he was granted temporary protective order, which, according to reporting, kept Morgan a distance away from Brown. And that gave her temporary custody of the children and use of the family home while the case moved forward. This is according to what I saw in TMZ. So going forward, Morgan responded publicly saying, "I am going to read this directly. I am unequivocally denying every allegation that has been made against me." Then he stepped away from his radio show, in his words, to focus on legal matters, according to him. Now, we now have Alicia Brown's arrest on separate old warrants. Now, on July 6 to 7, 2026, Alicia Brown was pulled over on Interstate 85 in Georgia, during a felony traffic stop. She had 2 children in the car. She was taken into custody on outstanding warrants, which were kidnapping-related warrants out of Baltimore in Maryland, and a felony interference with child custody warrant in Fulton County. So these are charges that, she was arrested for at the time. Now, here's the part that stops you in your seat. That Maryland warrant was connected to the 2019 disappearance of a 10-year-old child reported missing after Brown reportedly lost a custody battle with the child's father. Now, that case is still open. The child is still listed as missing, and Brown is expected to be extradited to Maryland. So you can see how all the different cases, 3 different cases, it's crazy. But I want to be very careful here. This 2029 case is legally separate from the current dispute with Morgan, but it resurfaced now because of the warrant, not because it was proven connected to anything happening today. So we are not going to conflict the two. We are not going to be combining those 2 cases. Now, with that being said, let's now look at the federal defamation lawsuit. Before any of the arrests, back in June 6, 2026, Brown reportedly went public on social media with allegation of infidelity and abuse involving Morgan, and she named his V103 co-host as Francesca Amiker, the woman she believed that he was having an affair with. Okay, so both Morgan and Amiker went ahead and they denied, the affair. But then on June 30th, Amiker filed a federal defamation lawsuit against Brown in the U.S. District Court in Georgia, Northern Georgia. The complaint alleges that Brown used Instagram and anonymous accounts to claim that she was having an affair with Morgan and to suggest Amiker was connected with the injuries that Brown displayed on social media. Now, Amiker came out, she also went further to say that these were false and they were defamatory, and that those those claims were made with actual malice, and that they caused her real harm, that she was harassed, she lost booking, she had cancelled appearances, that it caused her reputational damage that was significant enough that she had to bring in crisis and reputational management support. That was what she said. Now, because Amiker is a Georgia resident and Brown claims North Carolina resident, and the alleged damages exceed $75,000, the case had to land in federal court. Now, Amiker is seeking damages, attorney fees, punitive damages, and a jury trial. Oh, that one has gone woof, woof. So let's just say it plainly. One household and 3 courtrooms, 1 criminal case, 1 federal civil case, and a decade-old missing child case that never actually closed. That is what private pain becoming public chaos looks like in real time. That's what it looks like in real time. I don't even know what to say. At this point is where the story becomes bigger than celebrity headlines. I'm trying to tailor this story to where it becomes a warning for you and I, for every single one of us. Now, report indicates that Ring camera footage from the inside of the home are circulated. Okay, footage investigators referencing the arrest warrant that outlets say appears to show physical, altercation, like what I showed you earlier. Now, Brown's own social media post, the one showing her injury and the one naming Amiker, didn't stay contained on her page. It went viral. They shaped public opinion. And now, those posts, those videos, they are now exhibits in court in a federal lawsuit. I want you to sit with that for a moment. I want you to sit with that for a second. I want you to sit with that for a minute. Okay? A post made in a moment of pain, screenshotted, became saved, and now is being submitted as evidence in a courtroom months later by lawyers who were never in that room with her. That's the line I want us to remember tonight. That's the line I want you to remember tonight. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because social media is not a courtroom. Your pain is real, but a post can become evidence. Not evidence of what actually happened necessarily. Evidence of what you said happened in writing, timestamped, and you are unable to, walk back from. This is exactly what's playing out for Amiker. She says, Amiker is saying she never had an affair, blah, blah, blah. She says her relationship with Morgan was strictly professional. But because of posts that she didn't write, Amiker had to hire a legal team, had to hire crisis PR people. And then she had to sue in federal court just to protect her name and her income. Stay with me. Now, That's a third person. That's a third party. Someone who, by her own account, wasn't even part of the original conflict. She was now pulled all the way into it. Now, we don't know whether she had an affair or whether they were just co-hosts. We don't know. But she's now pulled all the way into it professionally and financially because of what got posted by Brown. Let's do a deep analysis of this case. Okay? Because this is the heart of tonight's case. This is the heart of tonight's, what's happening tonight. Come on in, come on in. Let me know where you are watching from. Come on in. Now that we've got the facts straight, I just wanted to tell us a brief story. I want to go deeper than what the headlines are saying, because if you just watch this story as drama, you missed what it's actually teaching us. Let's break down what's underneath it for every single person involved, and then what it means for every woman watching right now. Now, here's the thing about public figures in crisis. The platform that, that built you can just as easily expose you. Morgan spent decades building trust with an audience. And then one alleged incident at home put all of that on pause overnight. He had to step away from his show, specifically because he understood that staying on air while facing those charges would have been something crazy for him to do. It would have been untenable for him and, for that station as well. Now, that's lesson one for him. One lesson for him. And for any public-facing person, your public trust is not separate from your private conduct. The audience will always connect the two, whether that's fair or not. It is a lesson for us to learn. Lesson number 2 for him. Notice that his public statement was short. He denied the allegation and then he stopped talking. Now, whatever you believe about his guilt or innocence, that one is your business. But what I see there is textbook crisis discipline. Say your position once, say it clearly, then let the legal process carry the weight instead of you running commentary up and down on social media. That's one lesson that we all have to learn. Okay, lesson number 3. When a personal conflict pulls in a colleague's name, like in this case, Amiker being named as an alleged affair partner, he doesn't just cost the marriage. It costs someone else their reputation. It costs someone else their paycheck. I want us to sit with that. That's a boundary lesson for every one of us to learn. Not just Morgan. The line between your personal life and your co-workers should be protected, because if it collapses, other people pay for your chaos. Now, let's go in deep and let's see what this whole story reveals about Alicia Brown. Let's see what it tells us about Alicia. Now, this is the most layered part of the story, and we need to be careful and we need to be fair. Now, Brown is, according to the arrest warrant, the person who sustained a head injury that is requiring stitches, right? She is also, in the criminal case, an alleged victim. That one also matters, and it should never get erased in this conversation. All right? In the civil case, she is the defendant being sued for defamation because of how she chose to speak about her pain. And in a third completely separate matter, she is the subject of outstanding warrant connected to 2029 missing child case that was never closed. Let's hold that one there. Now, the lesson I want you to really observe is that a person can be a genuine victim in one part of their life and simultaneously carry real legal liability in another part of their life. These two things are not contradictions. They are just both true at the same time. And the legal system will treat them separately, even when your heart wants it to see the whole picture. They will be treated separately. I want you to notice also that her legal team did one thing that they did once the lawsuit landed. The legal team released one statement, just one statement. And they said Brown was advised to stay quiet while matters were pending. But that pivot, what I see there is that, okay, you are trying to make her stop reacting, and you're trying to put her through the stage of strategizing, which is beautiful, which I love. But looking at it from the lens, looking back now, it was a bit too late. The original post had already triggered the suit in the first place. Okay? So that was, in my opinion, medicine after death. It wasn't really a real pivot. Now, the resurfacing of the 2019 case is in its own lesson. It has its own lesson. What that is saying is unresolved legal and family matters don't stay buried. They can resurface during the worst time of your life, during the most public moment of your life, whether or not they are related to what is happening now. They can resurface. And that's not a reason to panic. It's a reason to close loops on old legal custody matters while you have the calm to do it properly instead of leaving them open. It's always advisable to close them out instead of leaving them open, indefinitely. Let me see. Do I see someone in the chat? What do I see in the chat? Okay, I don't see anyone in the chat. So just let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. What are your thoughts here? Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think about this whole situation? What do you think about what's going on? Let me know what your thoughts are before I continue with my thought process. What are your thoughts? Do you think she should have closed that missing person case? She should have closed that issue before now? Do you think it was proper for them to have left it open indefinitely? Now let's move on to Francesca. What does this whole thing say about Francesca? That's Amiker. Francesca Amiker. So in my opinion, she didn't create the conflict. By her own account and her complaint, she wasn't in a relationship with Morgan. According to them, I do not know if she was in a relationship with Morgan. I am not sure she was. I don't know. We don't have facts. Okay? But what we do have, what I do know is that she didn't create this conflict. That is what I know, and that is what I'm running with. She did not create the conflict. She wasn't in a relationship with Morgan. Yet, she's the one who had to hire lawyers. She's the one who had to hire crisis PR team. She's the one who had issues because of someone else's private pin that became where she became named in it publicly. Now that's an important lesson for every working woman. Proximity to someone else's crisis can become your own crisis, even when you did nothing wrong. You can be completely innocent and still, need a legal team and a reputational defense plan. All because she was his co-host. But look at what she did. Look at what she did with that reality. She didn't trace the insult online. She didn't go and post anything online. She went straight to court, as she should. And she asked for a jury, and she let the system be the venue for her defense. That I love. I love that so much. You don't have to start bantering whatever online. That is the model. When you are falsely accused, the strongest response is not long captions. It is documentation, and a legal documentation at that. Let's step back and look at the shape of the whole case. A federal civil court deciding, what's going to happen. Deciding what a third person's word cost a fourth person's career. A criminal court deciding what happens between two adults in a marriage, a family. You also have an extradition process reaching back 7 years to a missing child. 3 different legal systems, 3 different standards of proof, all touching the same handful of people at the same time. That's what happens in real households every day. When you don't manage your conflict, you allow it escalate. It doesn't stay in one lane. It multiplies into every system that touches your life. What you don't manage in your home, when you don't manage conflict in your home, it permeates every aspect of your life. Your job, your custody arrangement, your finances, your children's school, your community. The earlier you get support, the fewer lanes it spread into. So if they had handled this case in a better way, if they had handled it much more better, if for me, I want to blame Morgan. He didn't handle his home properly. If he had handled everything properly, I don't think this thing would have spread out like this. Okay? I want to now move into lessons for every woman watching. I have a full list for every woman watching. Here's my full list. Number 1, you need to document safely, not publicly. Have your notes, have your photos saved privately, have medical records, have a domestic violence advocate, an attorney. That's where your evidence should go live first. All these social media public posts can become someone else's exhibit because or before they become your protection. When you go and do public posts, hey, you did this, it becomes exhibit, like in this case. Again, I want to say another thing. You being wronged does not make you immune to the consequences of your actions. So we need to think well and think deep. You can be injured, okay, and still be held legally accountable for how you responded. Hold both truths without letting either one excuse the other. Another thing I want you to learn as women, you need to protect your children from becoming witnesses or pawns. A 13-year-old hearing an altercation through the ceiling, and a 10-year-old caught in disputes. They are all in this story. You can imagine how traumatized those children will be. A sad, sad, sad story. What is happening between adults? Build a wall between the conflict and the children wherever they are. Okay? What was I saying again? Yeah. What else do I have to say on this case? Because this case is funny. This case is sad. I feel for all the parties involved. I feel for each and everyone involved in this case. It's a very, very sad story. We need to protect the children. Children, going through that, hearing what's going on. It's not a good thing. Another lesson I want women to learn here is you need to build your team before you need it. You need to have a lawyer's number. You need to have a therapist number. 1 or 2 people who will tell you the truth instead of just validating your anger. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry, but don't let your anger make you do things that will later come back and bite you. If you are watching here, please do like the live stream. Like and share the live stream. Share. Go ahead and share. Have people that will help you talk to you, people that will hold you accountable. Have them lined up before emergency, not during the emergency. Okay? If someone else's crisis land on your name, you are allowed to defend it properly as you should. All right? It's not really about you anymore, or it's not about them anymore. It's about you. And the next time your own life feels like it's spilling out of your hands, sis, you need to sit down and strategize. We are talking about people, but really it's not about them. It's about you and I. It's about you and I. This is the I see you moment for women watching. That woman who is in her own crisis right now, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the woman watching this who is in her own version of this story right now. Not with cameras, not with lawyers, but you are in your home. You are with your own phone at 1 a.m. I want to speak with that woman who is in her home with her own phone at 1 a.m. Finger hovering over, wanting to post. Maybe you found something you weren't supposed to find. Maybe you have a bruise, you have a screenshot, you have a voicemail that proves what he did to you. And every part of you wants the world to see it because you are tired of being the only one who knows the truth. I need you to hear me. Your pain is valid. I want you to understand that your pain is valid. What happened to you is real. Whether or not the world ever sees a single post about you, about what has happened to you, I want you to understand that what happened to you is real. But here is what nobody tells you in that moment when you are hurting. You are not just a person anymore. You are a witness. You are a plaintiff. You are a defendant. You are a mother whose custody case might hinge on what you said in anger at midnight on social media. Everything you say can move between rooms you are never invited to. A criminal courtroom. Everything you say can move through a criminal courtroom. It can move through a family court. It can move through a job review. We have heard Alicia Brown's story, Big Tigger story, Francesca Amiker story. They didn't ask to become a masterclass in all of this, but they are one. And I'd rather you learn it from watching them than living it yourself. Underneath all of this, we have a lot of lessons to learn. Pain will always tell you to react. Wisdom will always ask you to pause. You see, reacting feels like power in the moment, but wisdom is what actually protects your power over time, especially your custody, your career, your peace, your children's stability. Wisdom helps you. Now, this case shows you 3 different tracks running at the same time. It shows you criminal, civil, and family. And every single one of them can be shaped by one thing said, can be shaped by one thing posted in a moment that felt like it would never matter later. I want you to know that it always matters later. That's the lesson. Whatever you post online, whatever you say, always matters later. Energy returns. Whatever you post online matters. You may want justice and still need strategy. That's one thing I need you to leave with tonight. You may want justice and still need strategy. Wanting the truth to come out is not the same as knowing how to make it come out safely. Strategy means you documenting everything that has happened, but do it the right way. Have the dated notes, the medical reports, a trusted advocate. Not a public caption, not a social media post, like in the case of Brown. I say that because justice moves through system, and strategy is how you move through those systems without destroying your own case with your own hands. Videos have shown that indeed that man was a bit rough with her. Some people will come out and say, oh, he's a gentleman. From the videos we saw. She took the phone and there was an altercation and she hit her head on the wall because of the way he was handling her. With that, I say you can be hot, but you still need self-control as a woman. Now, self-control is not suppression. It's not you suppressing what has happened to you. No. It's not you staying silent forever. No. It is you protecting your leverage before you spend that leverage. See, every time you post in the heat of the moment, what you are doing is you hand a piece of your story to people who did not earn the right to shape it. You are handing a piece of your story to exes, lawyers, strangers, commenters, and all of that. My advice to any woman that is angry and wants to post something online is self-control. Exercise self-control is what lets you decide when and how your truth gets told, instead of your emotions deciding it for you at 1 a.m. Another thing I want you to leave here with is that you can tell your truth and still need to understand the legal weight of your words. The entire case in Amika's lawsuit, the entire case will come down to were the statements about her true or were they made with malice, and what did they cost her? In the criminal case with Morgan, the cost would weigh the ring footage, the medical evidence, and the witnessed statement. Your words are spoken or posted. Okay? Whether your words were posted or spoken, they don't just express your truth. In a legal context, they become record. Okay? Now, the fourth thing I want to leave with you tonight is if your partner's crisis become public, it doesn't stay contained in your relationship. It can reach different parts. It can enter your job, like it did for Francesca Amiker. A woman by her own account was minding her business at work and still ended up needing a lawyer. And that's why building your own support system is very important. It's very important. It is called protection. Now, none of this is me telling you to shrink. No. None of this is me telling you to go quiet. No. All of this is me telling you, speak with strategy, not just wisdom, because your voice deserves to hold up in every room it walks into. So you need to be careful what you say, what you post, what you do as a woman. And if you are sitting here or you are sitting in your room, if this conversation touched you, if it touched something in you, if you've ever been one angry post away from saying something that would later, affect you, something that you couldn't take back, I want to give you something. I need you to pause. I need you to pause before you spoke or before you speak. Sorry. I've created something free. I will put the link in the comments section of this video. I'll put the link there. I need you to take a pause whenever before you post anything. All right? And here's what I want you to leave with tonight. This story is still unfolding. There are children involved, careers involved, court dates ahead. None of us can predict the outcome of this case. So we watch it with compassion, not judgment. We watch it as students and as spectators, because the real question was never who is telling the truth. The real question is, when your pain gets loud, will you have the wisdom to protect it, or will you hand it to the internet before you even understand what it can cost you? You can want justice and still need strategy. That's my whole point. You can be hurt and still need self-control. That is my whole point. You can tell your truth and still need to understand its weight. That's what I'm decoding from this case. My name is Femi, and this is YESS Life Coaching, Woman Stand in Your Power. And this is how a woman stands in her power, even when everything around her is falling apart. I will see you next time. Take care of yourself out there, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye. Bye-bye.
Take